Okay, well, hi everyone. Thank you very much for watching or listening. Liam Hartree here today with another episode of Presenting Champions. And today I'm joined by Nina Hughes, the new WBA Bantamweight World Champion, obviously female professional boxer, fresh off the win for the WBA Bantamweight title in Dubai. Today we're going to be talking about that win. Some of you will remember we did a brief interview on the build up to the fight. So this is the follow up after the fight. So, Nina, thank you so much for coming on the show again, and it's great to have you back.
All right. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It really is. So, obviously, you are now the world champion, WBA bantamweight world champion. Amazing achievement. How does it feel to be walking around as a world champion?
It still feels, I don't know, it still doesn't feel real. It still feels like a dream. I don't know. It's a crazy feeling, really. Yeah, it's still like a bit hard to believe.
Absolutely, yeah. Still got to sink in, I can imagine. So that makes a lot of sense. Obviously, let's look back at the fight. Let's just talk a little bit about your key memories from the fight. Obviously, we've all seen it, but a few weeks out from it, what sticks with you about the fight itself?
Um, it was a tough fight, but we knew it'd be a tough fight. So we trained for everything. We trained so hard, like for any style that she could bring, really. Oh, sorry, my son's just crying.
Oh, that's okay. If you need to say to him, it's okay. Just picking up where we left off there. You walked us through the fight itself and the different styles, I believe. So, talk to us a little bit about the location, about Dubai, about what your how you were welcomed and what the crowd was like. Just want to get a little bit of a feel for the atmosphere of the show itself.
Yeah, I mean, Dubai was a lovely place. I mean, I'm so grateful that we got to box for a world title in Dubai. Yeah, the venue, it was in the Hilton, is a brand new Hilton hotel on the Palm. It was on a big outdoor terrace, like overlooking the whole of the Palm. The view was amazing. And yeah, the welcome, the promoters, everyone was so friendly. I had a couple of people fly over, and I think people see them cheering and started cheering for me as well. So it was nice. Had a few people on side, and yeah, it was a great occasion.
Great experience, must be. Now, one other thing about the fight itself before we look to the future, obviously, you've talked about the fight stylistically, but when you knew you'd won and you had your hand raised as a world champion, what goes through your mind in a moment like that? I mean, I know it might be hard to put into words, but I'm just curious, like what the first thing you thought was in that moment?
It's just like you feel like it's actually happened. Like I can't believe it's actually happened. Like all that hard work is like we've done it. We've done it. We've actually done it. Yeah, it was an overwhelming feeling, really.
Yeah, incredible. Now, obviously, since the fight, you've been busy as well. I mean, I've seen interviews with the BBC. I've seen you ringside with Eddie Hearn. It looks like a lot's been happening. So has it
Yeah,
been pretty much like a whirlwind, since the fight has happened?
yeah, it has been a bit of a whirlwind. Like, obviously, went to Leeds, did a bit of commentating on there as well. And yeah, just meeting everyone and seeing it and experiencing the big shows like close hand myself. Thinking I'll be a part of this soon. It's been great.
Incredible. So looking to the future, I mean, like we spoke about in the last interview, I mean, you're only a few fights in, I mean, but you're already world champion. So the future is very, very
Yeah.
bright. Who would you like to fight next? What are you going to be aiming for in the new year? Just talk to us a little bit about the dream from here onwards, basically.
Yeah, well, obviously, I'd like to box for another belt next. I'd like Ebony Bridges was like she did really well. So I think that'd be a great fight between us. But she's obviously just had a hand in operation, so she'll be out for a while. So there's talk of maybe Shannon Courtney next, and then the winner fights Ebony Bridges. So yeah, that fight may happen next.
Amazing. So last couple of things then, before we wrap this up, because I know you've got things with the kids and the family.
Fine.
It's all good. But Yeah, another thing to touch on. So that's the next fight from there. Now, one other thing is obviously you gave an interview. I think I remember reading something about basically being written off, before the fight about like due to age and due to a number of things.
Yeah.
Obviously, you proved those people wrong. So I know that's kind of stating the obvious, but just share with us a little bit about basically how that feels. I mean, you silenced all the doubters. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, to be fair, that just made me like I was reading the Twitter comments the night before, and like how everyone thought she was going to win. There was even a poll with like I knew I was the underdog, but it was like 96% people had her to win, and only 4% people had me, and I was like, wow, people really are giving me no chance. So to be fair, that just made me even hungrier and more determined to win. So if anything, it helps. Like sometimes I think, well, should I be reading all these comments? Like, should I be reading social media? But I think being the underdog helps more. Like, it gave me that fight, gave me that determination to win even more. So it's nice to prove everyone wrong.
It must be a good feeling and very brave. Reading Twitter before the night of a fight. I've got to be honest, but it
I know.
sounds.
I was sitting there reading it because I probably shouldn't be reading these, but I don't know. I was just chilling out bored, and I was just, yeah,
Well, it sounds like it still paid off and added more fuel to the fire type of thing. So,
yeah.
that's all good. And pretty much the last thing is just obviously what you'd say to your fans and your supporters around the world, whether they're people who've been following your journey for a while or whether they've just jumped on the bandwagon with this win, the people who are genuinely supportive out there, what would you say to those people?
I'm just grateful for like everyone that supported me, especially from the beginning, and any new supporters that have like got behind me from now. So yeah, just thanks and hope they keep supporting me.
Absolutely, I'm sure they will. Well, thank you so much for making the time for this. Really appreciate it. And like I said, I know it's only a quick one, but it's just great to get your thoughts on such a historic win. And when you've got more belts, we'll do another one of these.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thank you again for your time and look after yourself, look after the family. Have a great Christmas and a great New Year. And yeah, hopefully we'll talk again in the new year.
Thank you. Have a good Christmas too.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the Simply Inspired YouTube channel and there'll be more videos coming soon.